what would you say to our listeners who who considering quitting their job but they cannot find courage? So maybe like, how do you know that your passion is worth pursuing rather than it's just a hobby? Like,
Yeah.
how do they know?
Oof, such a great question. Well, the first thing I can tell you is that everybody in the world, especially if you're going to take tough decisions or you're having a rough time, should take the best personal growth course that I've ever taken. It's called Landmark, the Landmark Forum.
Ooh.
It's in Toronto. I
Mm.
did it in person, but now you can do it online everywhere in the world. Like previously, you used to physically have to be in Toronto or New York or Mexico City or Moscow or like bigger cities, you know.
Hmm.
Um, but now, because obviously because of COVID, you can do it online from anywhere in the world, and that really opened up my brain and to take responsibility. And one of the main points is that what Maria was saying is that it's so comfortable to blame anyone, because I'm never wrong. Of course, I'm not wrong. Because if I'm wrong, then I have to stare at the mirror and live with it. So it's easier to blame the other person. So one you have to take the course, but one of the things that I love about the course is that if okay, I'm with my hands, I'm drawing two circles. Okay, there's two circles, and this is the facts, like what happened. Okay, these are the facts in this circle, and this other circle is the story you're telling yourself about what happened. So when you can't differentiate, when you can't tell apart the facts from the story you're telling yourself, and these two collide because you can't tell them apart, that's when pain happens. So in Maria's example, so you're like, okay, what are the facts? You have a wage that is um, under market. Okay, yeah, you have a wage that's under market. What is the story you're telling yourself? This fucking boss of mine, I'm gonna kill her. This is bullshit. This company's the worst in the world. They hate me. They're taking advantage of me. This sucks. My life sucks. Blah blah blah. But what is going on? But what happened is just your wage is under market. That's all that happened. Another example. Uh, your parents got divorced and your dad moved. Those are the facts. Like your dad moved and your parents got divorced. What story are you going to tell yourself? Some people, including myself, I guess, or like my brothers, or like anyone who's had a divorce and their parents moved. My dad abandoned me. No, your dad moved.
Hmm.
And it's so comfortable to tell yourself that story because you're the victim. So my first advice is take Landmark. The second one is just set a deadline and then act upon it. So I said I'm gonna quit in 6 months. Why in 6 months? Because that was the exact date that I needed to have enough days to be able to apply for my Canadian citizenship. So I still wanted to have a job, even though it wasn't required, but I wanted to have a job. So say I'm gonna quit October 1st, and that's it. That's the hard deadline. Now what are you gonna do? Start saving up. What I did is start saving up, move to a smaller place, not
Nice.
eat out, not drink, not like it was like, oh, you really want this? Okay, let's see if you really want this. It was tough because you don't even realize it. You start to hang out with people that can spend the same amount of money as you. So
That's
like my friends before would be like, hey, let's go to our friend's wedding in Dubai. Yeah, no, let's stop by Amsterdam. Let's party. Let's go to Las Vegas. Let's go to Las Vegas. Like anybody would propose a plan, I'd be like, let's go. It wasn't, and then when you have to say no, it kind of hits your ego. So make that decision, start to save up. And the other thing is that you don't have to quit. You can start to make some money on the side, take courses, read books, and then quit in about 2 years. Like you don't, it's not like you quit or you don't quit. Like you can still do what you love and learn and then decide if you quit. And that's what I did. Like I was learning for years before I decided to quit. And when I quit, I was already making some money on the side from my passion. So once you start making money, I think you're in a good position to yeah, to potentially quit. But the grass is always greener on the other side. I'll tell you that much. So that's why
Yeah.
when I quit, I was like, I'm not the funniest. I don't have the most experience. There's a bunch of other people who, on paper, are more likely or would have been more likely to be successful doing comedy full time, and they failed. So I was like, I can't do that. I don't want to fail. So that's when my personal growth journey started. And I'm like, I'm going to study obsessively. Uh, High performers, people who have achieved incredible things in life. I started reading all kinds of personal growth books. I started eating better, exercise, meditation, all the things that you know you should do, but you still don't. And I didn't even know that I should do them, but then I realized like all these high performers are doing, all these incredible people are doing them. And the thing is, it's all about consistency. Like I don't want to be doing this for 1 year because I was like doing cocaine every night and partying. I just you could be the funniest person in the world, and you're still not going to have that durability to be able to do it in 40 years if you don't have the habits, the positive habits to be able
Absolutely.
to get to 40 years.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of many things, but Landmark will get it started for you. That's for
Mhm.
sure.